So of course it depends very much on which type of company you are and which stage of the company. Like a CEO of a biotech of 500 people is very different than me, who's a CEO of a biotech with 18 people. And I think what's the main hallmark of everybody in the C-suite is that you have the responsibility of your department, the end responsibility, which is somehow really interesting because you can set strategy and you can make a massive impact, which is super exciting. The negative part, of course, is you're responsible for everything. If something goes bad, you're the end responsible. So it's a bit of pressure, but it's also really, you can make your mark there. I think the leadership position is, I do like strategy. So thinking about the strategy of the company. So not going down in details of science anymore, thinking about the bigger picture. The people managing part, of course, if you're a research scientist, you also probably have people you have to manage, but I like managing people from a very broad task package. For example, I also like finance. So if you're in the lab, you're most of the time very little involved in finance. So the finance part, I like the fundraising part, going on the road, explaining to investors what we are doing, why we are different, convincing people. It's very challenging, but I also like it a lot. And the multiple aspects that you do, because if you're a research scientist in a certain department in a company, that's super interesting, but you become a specialist in a certain area. I like to say I know nothing deeply, but I know a little bit of everything. And I think that's what you have to do if you're in a C-suite position. You have to be open-minded, that you can speak about everything, about the clinic, about the pharmacology, about manufacturing, about the finance. So you need to understand a little bit of everything. And that's, I think, the beauty of being in a leadership C-suite position in a biotech company. I think the value is that you really get the basics spelled out. All the things, the basics I needed to know, I had no idea. So I had to go ask the people and talk to people and see how other people did it. I think the value of this is it's there, and also you have access to experts. So you can talk to these people, so they will explain you the theory behind it, but then you can always speak to them and ask more details, and you also will build a network, not only with the people there teaching, but also the people along. I think connections is very important in our business, that you get to know people who are like-minded, that you can have a sounding board, that you can brainstorm with them. So I think really like a layout that takes, it's the same thing as you're a scientist. You need to first learn how the body works, all the pathways and all the organs, how they work and what they do. It would be nice. That's the same thing, like if they would explain how the organ of a board works, how a cap table works, all these things, if they lay that out for you, then you have this basis then to go in and step into the biotech world and learn the practice. So yeah, I think that's very useful, and the connections.